you want me to like put it here or? Okay. Lens. Love it. Very hard indeed. You got the money, honey. Come on.
Check, check, 1, 2. It's a beautiful day.
Jungle, take a day by day. This is, oh boy. Jesus.
I'm not seeing a Lance Medina.
What number was the other guy?
I think 95. 11 and 95, but 11's right there.
I don't see 95. Maybe he got a major game. Should I text Cadle?
No.
All right.
So we are live. Good afternoon and welcome from inside the community ice side of Cable Dahmer Arena. I'm Gabe Daniel, and finally joining me once again, Logan Rosengard. Logan, I've missed you a lot. I'm glad to have you back. Well, I can't really call this the broadcast booth with how the stands are here. So let's just call it the setup.
Gabe, it's good to be back behind the mic with you. Definitely great to be back calling some Jayhawk hockey. Yeah, I'm just really excited. It's been a long time since I've sat behind the mic with you, but Jayhawks coming into this game down 0-1 in this weekend series against the Razorbacks.
And you know, Arkansas, one of the better teams in the country. I think they're ranked either second or third. But either way, the Jayhawks looking to upset this week, and they do have two huge key additions in Ben Smith and Dane Johnson. I talked about that a lot last night. As you see Ben Smith in goal, he's one of those goalies that loves to come out of the crease and play the puck. And then Dane Johnson, obviously, he has his eyes set on taking that all-time goals record, as he's just now 3 away. And it looks like the starting lineups will be the exact same as last night. It's going to be Chevelis, Vitopka with Dane Johnson. Back at the blue line, it'll be Aidan Pearson and Caleb Dusso, you know, that defensive duo that really just loves to move that puck, and they do a great job with that.
Aidan Pearson, the defenseman that they just announced over the PA. Again, a really strong piece to this defensive core this season. Despite not a lot of success in the win column, he individually is definitely one of the highlights of this team.
And it looks like in goal this afternoon for the Razorbacks will be number 96, Josef Dusinka. Dusinka appeared in 5 games before today with a GAA of 1.12 and a save percentage of .954. We'll step aside for the national anthem, and puck drop will be shortly after.
Gabe, if the Kansas football team taught us anything last weekend in Austin, it's that a little bit of courage and a whole lot of effort is going to upset one of the most powerful teams in the country, and that's what the Jayhawks are looking to do here this afternoon at Cable Dahmer Ice Arena. They may have gotten, you know, the short end of the stick 6-3 yesterday, but hey, a little bit of effort, a little bit of energy. Maybe they can shock this team and pick up a W on the weekend, Gabe.
You know, I'd say that's a great analogy, but come on, man. You're giving Texas that much credit?
I'm giving Texas a lot of credit for their history, and historically speaking, from what I know, the Razorback Hockey Club has had a lot of success in their time in the ACHA as we're getting ready for puck drop here.
And you see the Razorbacks banging their sticks on the boards. Don't let USA Hockey see that. As they win the face-off, it's back over to Odeline. Odeline quickly dumps it in, and Ben Smith will play it to the corner. And it's a rather full house here inside Center Point Community Ice. And a nice hit there by Dane Johnson frees the puck up, and the Jayhawks will finally get a chance with possession here. Aidan Pearson will find the freshman from Waukesha, Wisconsin, Caleb Dusso. He tried to get a headman pass up over to Will Vitopka. Couldn't connect there. Now Dusso try to find Johnson, but quickly taken away is going to be Odeline. Odeline skates it in, drops it back over to Valentini off the backhand, and a kick save there by Ben Smith. And now the Jayhawks able to get it out. It's going to be Luke Hansen helping Dane Johnson out with that one. Luke Hansen, who's really found his way working up to the lineup, and a huge addition this weekend as well. And Blake Harmer, a sophomore from Orono, Minnesota, as he was just flying around yesterday. Aiden Matthew up to Harmer. Harmer moving in, shoots one, kicked away there by DeSinka. So the Jayhawks showing a little bit of fire here as Reed now plays it out over to Harmer. The headman pass intended for Hansen forces the puck back the other way. So the Razorbacks now with control. It's going to be McAtee moving around Matthew. Now McAtee again off the boards over to Sugasawara, as Ben Smith will play it over to Reed, who tries to play it out. Now PK on it. PK gets it up to Reed, who was able to get it away, but holding the line there was McAtee. As it's dumped back in, the Razorbacks had to get back on side, and Jackson Reed will try to get things going. Now Fontanetta will skate it up for the Jayhawks. He'll stop, he'll wait, and he'll pass it over to Max Brown, who will play it off the glass to finish the line change for the Jayhawks. Now Brown applying the pressure there on Hershey. Hershey tries to drop back. He gets it over to Ellis, who floats one from the point right to the glove of Smith, and we get a stoppage here with 17:31 left to go in the first period.
Gabe, the Razorbacks definitely have a strong puck control game early, but the Jayhawks are able to keep it out, keep it a little not as controlled going into the offensive zone, but they've been able to break up the rush a lot, which is going to be strong and key if they want to, try and transition into some offense.
As the Jayhawks struggling once again to get it out of their zone, as it's passed up front over to Patterson. He fans on that shot. A lucky break there as Chevelis will try to get it out for the Hawks. Off the glass trying to find Johnson. It goes all the way back over to Hester. Hester fumbles it, but it's up to Chevelis, and Chevelis will throw it into the corner. Racing after it is going to be Dane Johnson, and it looked like he could have beat the icing there. But either way, the Jayhawks will be guilty of that. So 17:02 left to go in period number one. It's been a little bit back and forth. The Jayhawks had a couple of early chances, and so have the Razorbacks. But it's the same story as last night. The goaltenders having the answers here early on as Hester backhands that puck up and into the netting. So we get another whistle just 4 seconds after.
Yeah, the Jayhawks are going to need to find some cohesion in the transition play. They're not able to get a very clean zone exit going into an offensive rush. And again, like I said earlier, it's going to be key if they want to try and create some meaningful offense. They have to be smooth and they have to be meaningful with their play, and each pass on the breakout has to have a lot of meaning to it. They can't just pass it up to try and get it out.
As it's going to be up to Johnson. Johnson moving in, shoots one, save there by DeSinka.
And that's exactly what I'm talking about, Gabe. They used the ice that the Razorbacks gave them and got a shot on net.
And then a nice hit there by Chevelis right in front of the penalty box, but it looks like a penalty. Or not sure what the stoppage was there. There's no hand in the air from the guys wearing the orange bands. So
no penalty. I think they may have. I'm not 100% sure. It couldn't have been an icing just because the goaltender went behind the net to play it. But it looks like there's going to be an offensive zone draw for the Razorbacks with 16 and change remaining in this first period, Gabe.
And then we're going to get another stoppage here just right after the puck was dropped. So looks like the linesman was just practicing for what actually will happen when play resumes. As the Razorbacks try to fire one from the point, it misses the net there off the glass, and Caleb Dusso will try to feed it out. As Dusso skating it up, he's going to cut to the left, making a couple of moves over to Matthew. Now Matthew try to drop it back. Dusso goes in to help. It's thrown to the other corner. Now racing after it, holding it in was Pearson. Pearson to Matthew in the corner, couldn't catch it, so it goes over to McAtee. McAtee playing it out, Duso holding the line as the Jayhawks throw it back in. Aidan Matthew in the corner, drops it back over to Hansen, a shot and a save there by Dusinka.
Yeah, Hansen found himself in the right place at the right time on that shot, Gabe. He kind of hung around in that hash mark circle area, received the pass from Matthew and was just able to get a quick shot off. Matthew with some great awareness as to where Hansen was. And looks like the Jayhawks are going to have a little bit of offensive momentum right now.
So Max PK ties up the faceoff and he falls on the puck. Either way, it's going to be Sugasawara coming out with it. And he'll take a tumble into the corner with Duso, I believe. And then that frees the puck up over to Max PK. Now Adler, he's able to throw it in. And a nice play there by Manzello. It looks like he almost had a piece of it, but it's going to be Zach Wilson for the Hogs skating it in. Over to Brad Estrada. Estrada shoots one, kicked away there by Smith into the corner. As the Razorbacks hold it in, Sugasawara just rips one from the slot. And we have an early 1-0 game.
Yeah, a lot of traffic in front, a lot of puck watching from the Jayhawks there. Opened up the slot area for Sugasawara, putting the Razorbacks on the board early here in the first period, 1-0. Really nice positioning from Sugasawara to stay in that slot, recognize that the defense was over-pinched and over-adjusted towards the puck, and really took advantage of that defensive error from the Jayhawks.
And one thing that's been a trend for this Jayhawk hockey club is when one goal happens, the floodgates really open up, and then that's when the other team really starts to take control. So that's something that this young Jayhawk squad will really need to work on the most.
I mean, it's hard to start a game down, especially when you've had the season that the Jayhawks have had, constantly starting the game down, and it's just definitely getting at them. You can watch from their play and the results on the ice. But they just got to push past it and try and focus 1 second at a time, one shift at a time, and have some short-sighted memory.
And you know there's going to be Chevelis making a fancy move, poked away by Sugasawara, as Wilson will drive it in. It hit, I think it might have hit the linesman, but you saw Ben Smith ready to just come out of the crease and play that puck, and that's something he did a lot yesterday. And that's something like we're not used to seeing. The shot from the point goes wide, and Dane Johnson was able to poke it out of the zone, but back on it now is going to be Brian Romero. Romero over to Salter. Salter, and a poke check there by Chevelis. Chevelis drops it back over to Johnson, shoots one, it's loose. Oh, and unable to get to the rebound there was Luke Hansen. Now Brown drives it back in, and that allows the Jayhawks to finish a change.
Yeah, Chevelis had a really nice defensive stick, kind of a Ryan O'Reilly Selke moment for Chevelis over there, but he created a nice, meaningful offensive opportunity and found Hansen in the middle. Couldn't capitalize on it, but again, those types of plays are going to be key if they want to try and stay in this game.
Ooh, and it looks like the Jayhawks got away with one there as Hansen had a questionable hit on Odeline. You could see a couple of the players on that Arkansas bench who wanted a call.
Look a little bit like knee-on-knee, leg-on-leg contact there. Never something comfortable to be on the receiving or giving end sometimes, depending on how hard the collision is, Gabe.
And that's not intentional at all. As Harmer with the puck back behind the net. Hansen trying to wrap around. It's going to be Matthew. Nice backdoor pass, and off the rebound. Hansen couldn't put it home.
That was a nice little offensive read by just a really nice backhand pass. I don't know if he knew that someone was in the slot, but that's a lot of faith in your line mate to be in the right position for that kind of pass, Gabe.
I really love that this fire that Blake Harmer has really brought to the squad. And just the one, this is only his second game since being in that Jayhawk lineup, and man, he's been a firecracker out there.
Yeah. Despite going down early, Jayhawks seem to chip away at the Razorback energy and momentum. I know it hasn't been that long since they scored the goal, but it's good to see a lot of bite and drive from the Jayhawks, for lack of a better word, to try and keep themselves in and get a lot of offensive opportunities any way that they can.
Now the Razorbacks with a nice hit there on Fontanetta as they'll be able to clear the puck out of the zone, but Duso just rips it back in there. Now Dazinka comes out to play it. Now Duso, he's able to get a hand on the puck, but it was going to be Motor who played it, so no hand pass will be called there. Now Pearson tries to backhand it out of the zone, maybe trying to find Adler, who could have got it out. A little bit of miscommunication from both ends there. Had the puck just going back and forth in the slot, but out of the way, the Jayhawks able to get it out. And you see Ben Smith comes all the way out to the corner to play it. He uses the boards trying to find Duso with that, and there's Vitopka with a lot of energy trying to fight that puck loose. And he's going to go and play for the body right there.
Big two-way grinder presence on that first line, Gabe. Something you like to see, at least from my eyes. It's one of my favorite types of players.
Now it's going to be Chevelis trying to get that saucer pass over to Johnson, but McAtee was ready right there for him. Then a nice hit there by Valentini, as he was just reversed there by Chevelis. Now it's going to be McAtee skating in. Makes a move around Duso, tries a backhand shot, but Ben Smith gets the better end of that one.
Cameron McAtee from the Razorbacks right there, Gabe, really just controlled the puck and was able to just use every inch of space to his advantage. He went from blue line to the net and took that shot. That's impressive right there, Gabe. Not easy to do. He basically skated around the entire Jayhawk team.
And one thing to note, that Arkansas is really good at moving that puck around. Looking at the rosters we have here, every player listed on their active roster has at least 1 point.
Puck movement is going to be the key to these games, Gabe. I mean, if you want to find openings and get goals, you got to move the puck. You can't just go up and down the ice in one straight line expecting to get a puck on net or a pass opportunity in the lane.
And Matthew, using his body, deflects the puck out of the zone, where Deskier will drop it back for McAtee. McAtee's going to curl back. He has Matthew pressuring him, so there's going to have to be a few Razorbacks that go in to help him out. Pass over to Valentini, a nice hit there by Hansen as the Jayhawks try to get the puck back. But it's going to be Deskier around to McAtee. McAtee back behind his own net, getting pressured there by Hansen, forces a pass. No icing as it was tipped before. But either way, Hansen was able to tip it over to Harmer. Blake Harmer turns on the Jets, winds up, shoots one, blockered away there. Matthew getting the rebound. He's poked off the puck there by Salter. And the Jayhawks will have to regroup. Now Brown try to get a pass going to center ice, but it's intercepted there by Shugasawara. A shot by McAtee off the blocker of Smith, and the Jayhawks will get it out. But the Razorbacks dump it right back in. The Jayhawks without Lance Medina, I'm assuming it's after the activities that took place last night, as he was handed a 5-minute, well, not in 5-minute major, just a game misconduct for fighting after he took a questionable hit into the boards. As that puck gets sent the other way, it's going to be PK along the board trying to fight it back in for the Jayhawks. Hester with a backhand gets it over to Manzella. Manzella fighting to hang it in there before Romero gets a pass over to Wilson. Wilson over to Estrada. Estrada pressured in the corner by Hester, and then Hester will go in laying a hit. Hester trying to fight that puck loose. And a nice hit there, and he's going to get called. So a delayed penalty here on the Jayhawks, and on the back door, Estrada scores.
Goaltender Ben Smith couldn't reach the other side of the post in time for that shot, Gabe, and really just a 2-on-1 opportunity right in front of the crease. Found the easy opening and put the puck in the back of the net to put the Razorbacks up 2-0 in this game, Gabe.
So Connor Hester still heads to the box.
Now that seems odd to me. I mean, unless the rules are different between USA Hockey and the ACHA collegiate rules, but maybe you got 2 different calls or a misconduct penalty of some sort that's putting him in the box for an extended period of time, because to my knowledge, delayed penalty, goal scored by the opposing team, he shouldn't be sitting in the box unless the rules are different. But then again, that kind of hit that he laid, definitely a blind side, definitely not something that should be kosher, and definitely the right call from the referee there.
So right off the face-off, Duso will dump it in as the Jayhawks are on the penalty kill now. Now it's going to be passed over to Hershey as Vitopka dumped it back in, and it looked like it went up into the netting and out of play. So 9:04 left to go. Score 2-0. I had to update the scoreboard real quick. It's really challenging to keep up with both the game and the computer.
What a hit by Vitopka there on the boards. Jeez.
And there's Duso laying the body in the corner as the Jayhawks try to fight the puck out of the zone, but it looks like a pass with just a little too much mustard on that rides the boards, and the Razorbacks will have to regroup. And you see Vitopka just hanging back there, chasing after whoever has the puck, and he'll head to the bench. He's a little worn out. Now Odeline. Hit there by Chevelis, and that'll allow the Jayhawks to dump it out again. And Desinka comes out to play the puck now. So about 58 seconds left to go on the penalty, handed out to Connor Hester. There's Wilson with it now. McAtee over to Sugaswara. Over to Ellis, who skates it over to McAtee. Back over to Ellis. Ellis shoots one, missing the net there. Now 30 seconds left on the Razorback power play.
Jayhawk penalty kill has been consistently strong this season, even against their toughest opponents. They've just been able to hold that discipline and hold the box really well and keep the puck on the outside, giving them time to adjust if the puck goes across the ice and switches up the positioning of the offense. And it's just a really good penalty kill system that the Jayhawks have had all season long.
So that stoppage comes with 7:40 left to go here in period number one. The Razorbacks with a 2-0 lead. That was a little different than last night as the first period ended 0-0. But a nice dump there by Blake Harmer. Again, as it's his first weekend playing in a Jayhawk uniform. And a nice shot there by Estrada, missing the net there.
Razorbacks use those last 10 seconds of the power play really well to take ice and get an offensive opportunity before the even strength play resumed.
So Ben Smith plays the puck over for Blake Harmer. Harmer connects with Hansen. Hansen, it looked like he tried to throw it over to Matthew, but he had a man right on him, so couldn't make it too accurate. Now McAtee curls around his own net, and he's going to skate up with speed on the left side before cutting towards the middle. Now McAtee looking to go coast to coast, but a nice poke check there by Jackson Reed as it's banked off the glass, and Deskier will play it. Jordan Deskier. As it's dumped in, Ben Smith comes out to play it. As it's left for Jackson Reed off the boards over to Adler, who's trying to fight it out of the zone. The Jayhawks couldn't get it out as Ellis over to McAtee. McAtee's saucer pass to Deskier, hit a man up front, and swatting that away was Reed. And a nice hit there by Max Piquet, but it looks like he'll be called. And it's going to be for a roughing. So another power play chance for the Razorbacks with 6:02 left to go in period number one.
Yeah, Max Piquet laying the body there on the Razorback forward, or player rather, and paying the price for it. Little too far off the boards in the referee's opinion, and he's going to serve time.
So a one-time shot there by Odeline as he almost had his first goal of the season. Because Odeline will have it again. He'll choose to pass it this time over to Hershey, who shoots one blocked up front by Aidan Pearson. Right to the ribs, as you can tell, he felt that one for sure. Now Hershey. And it looks like Chevelis will be called for roughing now. So a delayed penalty on the Jayhawks again, as discipline starting to become an issue here. Rather it'll be a cross-check
call for Chevelis with 5:26 in the period and a minute 24 on the previous penalty from Max PK. I'm not a referee, and I don't necessarily get paid to go on the ice and wear the stripes as much as I'd like to be, but questionable call in my eyes. I don't know. I feel like the Arkansas Razorback player that was occupying the point definitely stepped in his way and made an unavoidable collision. But then again, I'm not the one wearing the stripes. I'm just the man behind the microphone with you, Gabe.
Now McAtee rips one from the point, and Smith covers that one up. So 5:20 left to go here in period number 1 of game 2.
Ben Smith really playing well in this weekend. Positioning's there. Played a lot of games in the Jayhawk uniform, and this is just another one to add to his overall resume of very good individual performance.
His 52nd career game for the Jayhawks, as it's also Dane Johnson's 52nd career game.
What a glove save by Ben Smith off of the Sugasawara shot from the hash mark, or from the glove side dot, Gabe. Razorback power play having a lot of room and time with the 5-on-3 that the Jayhawks have found themselves on, but Jayhawks looking strong. Just need to keep clearing it out and killing the time so they can get back to even strength and creating that offensive opportunity that they have.
So McAtee with it now. He'll stop right as he passes the blue line to set up a play. Cross ice over to Sugasawara, and he'll patiently circle around, waiting to find an open McAtee, who winds up, but he's denied there by Smith. Now we'll try to find a backdoor pass, but unable to connect there. Sugasawara with enough hustle holds it in as the puck finds its way over to McAtee. Now McAtee will wait, he'll shoot one. Getting the better end of that was Ben Smith, as he just blockers that one to the corner. Now another shot, and we hit a man up front this time. And now a nice play there by Hansen. Was able to get the puck over to Max Brown, who sauces that off the glass. Now it's going to be a headman pass over to Sugasawara. Aidan Pearson chooses to take the man, and a shot just sailing wide there. Off the rebound, Ben Smith will hang on to it, and we get another whistle here early on.
Dusenka really saw that opportunity. There wasn't a lot of time left on the Max PK penalty to give them that 5-on-4. Dusenka sent it up to Sugasawara for that 2-on-1 opportunity there, Gabe. Really strong ice vision by the goalie and the Razorbacks on that chance. But even better adjusting by the goalie in the 5-on-3 from the Jayhawks to keep this game 2-0.
So Odeline rips one, and they score.
There's the announcer jinx, Gabe.
You know, Odeline finally gets his first goal on the season on the power play, making it 3-0. Razorbacks lead.
Traffic in front. Not a lot that Smith could do. There might have been a tip from my eyes through the load of traffic that was in the slot. 3-0 game here in Independence, but Jayhawks are looking strong for the game that they're having and the score on the scoreboard. Let's see what they can do with that.
The cross ice pass over to Aidan Pearson doesn't go the way they wanted it to, as he'll have to regroup there. Costly turnover up front as the puck's loose, driving that one back in, number 29, and Ben Smith diving right out on top. We'll cover it for a whistle.
Yeah, puck's going to the front of the net from your own defenseman. That's like hockey 101 right there. Not something you necessarily want to do unless you have to. Jayhawks recovering from that turnover right down the middle, but a huge save in the clutch by Ben Smith.
So now battle along the corner as the Razorbacks with it. They try to, looks like maybe do a trick play back behind the net, and then trying to fight that puck loose was Dane Johnson. So he's going to come out and turn on the jets. Now Ben Smith tries to play the puck off the glass, couldn't find Vitovka, but either way, Dane Johnson's going to get it loose. It's going to be a 3-on-2 for the Jayhawks if they can hurry. Over to Vitovka, shoots one right off the glove of Dzinka.
Great transition play for that offensive opportunity. Vitovka and, and Johnson connecting for that.
As it's played to the corner, Max Brown on the puck now. It's going to be Chevelis who was able to poke it out of the zone. But it looks like the Jayhawks will choose to get a change going rather than
some physicality behind the play as an Arkansas player is down. Arkansas bench definitely not too happy with the way that was being managed by the officials on the ice.
Couldn't exactly see what happened. I just heard a collision, and I see Luke Hansen on his feet and Kyle Cruz on the ice. So, looks like he is up on one knee, being tended to by the athletic trainer. Head coach for the Razorbacks, Keller Sims, not happy as he's having a conversation with the gentleman wearing the orange bands.
A lot of fans here in Independence today, Gabe. A lot of young hockey players, a lot of young hockey fans definitely learning from two great clubs from the ACHA MACA division. Soak it up, try and learn a lot from this high-level play.
So, I guess both teams will use this as a chance to sort of have a breather as it's an injury timeout. 2 minutes, 21 seconds left in period number one of some Big 12 SEC action as the Razorbacks are leading 3-0. Thank you, everyone, for choosing to tune in instead of watching some college football, as I know there's some great games going on. I know Arkansas playing Alabama. I think that game started just a few minutes ago.
Yeah, game's going to be in Tuscaloosa, Gabe. Number 2 Alabama against another top 25 ranked Arkansas. Arkansas having struggled since their opening start. Definitely a game to watch if you're a college football fan, but we're not college football commentators, we're college hockey commentators, Gabe.
Either way, we will provide score updates for those who have loyalties to the football team as well. Is it still tied at 0 for that Arkansas-Alabama game? The KU-TCU game has not started yet. As it's over to Motor now. Motor, a nice move there, takes a shot and he scores.
Ethan Motor just absolutely opened up the Jayhawks. Nice little toe drag. 1-2, how do you do to put the puck in the back of the net. 4-0 Razorbacks here in the first period. A lot of hockey left to play. Jayhawks having a lot of time to make something of whatever energy that they have. Again, it is tough to be enthusiastic and translate that enthusiasm and energy into your gameplay when you go down early so often. But it's those teams that are able to fight back and have short-term memory in the game and in their season that are able to have success and put points up on the board.
Now Matthew with it. Matthew tries a backhand pass up over to Harmer. His puck's still loose as he gets taken down. Now Pearson with it. Pearson, a nice gentle pass over to Matthew in the corner as the Razorbacks are going to turn on the physicality and they have a 2-on-1 now. Shigasawara moving in, a cross-ice pass, and then fanning on that one there as the Jayhawks now have a chance to break it out of their own. Now Harmer almost gets hit into his own bench. And a nice open ice hit there by Luke Hansen. So things are going to get real fun here. Judging by this, as Chevelis will carry it up now. Chevelis is able to split through one man, tries to get a little too fancy there. She's poked off by McAtee, and McAtee will skate it in now. Throwing it around the boards, Aidan Pearson's gonna be on it.
Want to throw it back real quick to that 2-on-1 opportunity by the Razorbacks as Chevelis takes a big hit into the Razorback bench.
And a shot by Johnson, and he scores! Dane Johnson, how do you do?
Great offensive rush by the Jayhawks as Dane Johnson puts them on the board to make it a 4-1 game with 37 seconds in this first period. I think that momentum, as I was trying to say before, I was interrupted by the goal-scoring Jayhawks. Aidan Pearson with a nice little breakup on that 2-on-1. Opportunity opened up after some collisions in center ice, and the Jayhawks are on the board and back in this game.
99 on the career. As Reed was able to poke it out of the zone. So 4-1 the score now. A new surge of energy for the Jayhawks after Chevelis took that hit. Dane Johnson said, hey, I'll answer back a different way.
A lot of physicality.
And another penalty here on the Jayhawks as the Razorbacks with the puck. So 8 seconds left in period number 1.
Jayhawk penalty kill going to go to work with 8 seconds remaining in this first period, Gabe. It looks like it's going to be Steven Chevelis going to the box. Not entirely sure what the referee called him for. But again, this penalty kill, my mistake, is going to have to keep this team in it. The Razorbacks have a lot of firepower from their point defensemen, and they're just going to have to stay disciplined and hold their ground.
Now a shot through a lot of traffic, didn't even get on net as Dusso was going to fight to keep them from getting another chance. And that's about it for period number 1. 4-1 the score, the Razorbacks lead. We'll be back in just a bit for period number 2 of game number 2 of some Big 12 SEC action here in Independence, Missouri. Back inside the community ice side of Cable Dahmer Arena, some Big 12 SEC hockey action. It's the Razorbacks coming back out with a 4-1 lead on the ice, but the game's tied at 0 on the football field as no team is yet to score between Arkansas and Alabama. Kansas and TCU getting set to begin here in just a few minutes, I believe. The lone goal for the Jayhawks coming from Dane Johnson as he just kept skating after a big hit handed on to Steven Chevelis. As both teams making their way to the benches, they can't get on the ice quite yet as we're waiting for the referees.
A big key for the Jayhawks this period is just going to be holding their momentum and transitioning it. I know I've said that a lot. I feel like that's the key going into every second period of the games that I've called this season, Gabe, but it really is going to be key. The Jayhawks are not as far down and out of this game as it might seem on the scoreboard and from the play on the ice from both sides. But, you know, the Jayhawks have a very strong team. They have a lot of individuals that have a lot of skill and talent, and if they're able to harness that and really put it together into a one strong team effort, the Jayhawks are going to be back in this game and fighting for that, fighting for a win here, Gabe.
And you know, this second period is going to be a big test as it's one that the Jayhawks have really struggled with. It's heading into that second period where things can really fall apart for them. So my key would be just have a great second period, and I think the rest will follow through.
And it goes back to what I've been saying about that short-term memory. If you can forgive and forget the mistakes of that first period and use those mistakes as teachable moments to work on and build on in the next period, in the next game, and what's in the present rather than way in the past one period ago, you're going to have a lot of success. If these guys are able to shake off that, sure, they're down 4-1, and sure, it wasn't the best period, take the positives, use those negatives, and use them as teachable moments and translate that into good play on the ice. I know it's easier said than done, believe me, but, you know, it's something to be said about a team that can bounce back and still play strong in a full 200 feet of ice, even when they're down in a game like this, Gabe.
And the Jayhawks will start the period off on the penalty kill. So defense is going to be the biggest thing for the Jayhawks right now. As they trail 4-1 right now, the referee's finally on the ice, so the players can get those couple little warm-up laps in. Trying to see if there's number 52 back on either the bench or the ice for the Razorbacks, as he was the one that got injured earlier. Now
I see him over down in the corner skating around goaltender Ben Smith's net.
So good to see him back out there, as he did take a hit from Luke Hansen that had him down, and that's what stopped the game for a little bit.
I do want to highlight one thing about the Razorback team, and it's that they have strong shots. If they're taking a shot, it's not just to get a shot on net and pad the stats. They're taking a shot because they know there's a rebound there. They're taking a shot because they know that there's an opening for some sort of further secondary opportunity, and that really differentiates great teams from amazing teams. Teams that are able to make meaningful decisions with every decision they make, not just making a pass to make a pass. They're making passes to open up a lane each time. And it's something that the Jayhawks have been defending well against, especially on the penalty kill, as they have a minute 53 to kill on the Chevelis penalty from the first period. But, again, the Jayhawks have been defending relatively well. Sure, like I said, they're down 4-1, but it's not something that you can't come back from. It's hockey. Anything can happen, and I say that all the time. You know it, Gabe. Anything can really happen. It's one of the most unpredictable and fast-paced sports ever. So it'll be interesting to see what the Jayhawks can do after a period of rest. And, yeah.
And the puck is dropped. We are underway for period number 2 with some Big 12 SEC action. It's going to be Shugo Sawara skating in on the right side for dropping it back over to Wilson. Wilson, a one-time shot there by McAtee, blocked by Pearson, and he's able to swat that away. So Aidan Pearson helping Ben Smith out as Wilson passes it to Sugasawar in the corner. Back over to Wilson behind the net, try to backdoor pass and breaking that up, I think. I couldn't tell who it was, actually. There were a lot of sticks in that lane.
Yeah, speaking of sticks in the lane, Aidan Pearson, senior defenseman from Minnesota, having a very active stick. If you're watching him in front of the net, he's constantly moving his head. He's constantly moving his stick to block every lane that he can. And it's really something that good defensemen and great defensemen are able to do. Block a lane with ease and able to make those reads, and you have an active stick.
And a nice job there by Vitopka, who was able to dump the puck down. That got the Jayhawks that line change. And there you see out there Blake Harmer, Luke Hansen, two guys that are really, really strong assets to this club. I mean, they're not first line guys, but they're guys on the second, third line that just get in there and they do the little things.
Glue guys, Gabe. Glue guys are important to team success. You can't have a superstar team without a supporting cast. You can't have a Leonardo DiCaprio in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood without a Brad Pitt to support him in that movie. Everything needs a compliment, Gabe. You can't just have a one-man show. You need the Pippen to Michael Jordan's Jordan, you know?
You know, I'm not a huge movie guy or a Chicago Bulls guy, so I'll take your word for it, Logan, as the Razorbacks win another face-off. It's going to be Odeline. He'll drop it back over to Hershey. Hershey to Odeline again. Instead of ripping a shot, he'll pass it over to Hewerman, but that shot's blocked and sent to the corner. Now it's going to be Harmer, and he's able to dump it down. So 25 seconds left to go on the Chevellish penalty. As Harmer clearing that allows the team to get a change going, and it looks like they're going to roll with that first line for forwards when Chevellish gets out. And it looked like blowing a tire there was number 70.
Look at Votevka there, Gabe. Like gangbusters breaking into the zone there as he's trying to get a little chance on net. As the Razorbacks have a, bit of trouble keeping the puck in the zone on that last few seconds of the penalty kill.
No, it's going to be Hewerman. As he tried to bank it off, it's going to hit the skates of Morgan, and it's passed up to Chevellish. In the clear, he's hauled down. And it's going to be a hooking call, and the Jayhawks will see the power play. And you better believe that they're going to put Aidan Pearson and Caleb Dusso out.
I don't know, Gabe. I mean, the penalty was there. It was a very clear hook to restrain Chevellish from having that chance. If I'm the referee, I'm holding my hands over my head with an X for a penalty shot. But again, I'm not the official. I'm just a man behind the mic. Jayhawk power play getting their first opportunity of the game here to cut the lead in to 2.
Do you think he had to have possession of the puck for it to be called? Because he didn't have clear possession of the puck. It was a foot race. It was clear he was going to win. And I
think that's the deciding factor there, Gabe. I think you actually hit the nail on the head. He had every other criteria behind, directly behind the skater, restraining a shot, but there was no control in previous possession from Chevellish, so I think he hit the nail on the head. But the Jayhawk power play getting its first chance here to try and cut the lead from 3 goals to 2.
And Dane Johnson couldn't get there quite fast enough to hold the line, but it's going to be Chevellish skating it in again. Chevellish over to Hansen. Hansen getting hit in the corner, and he's going to hear it from that Arkansas bench when it's really nothing to celebrate. He stayed on his feet and was still able to get the pass off. It's just going to be over to Dane Johnson. Johnson, he's going to make a fancy toe drag move before cutting to the net, shoots one up front, and it's still loose now. Chevellish racing to the corner to hang on to it. Dropping it back, it's going to be Pearson. Now Pearson.
Pearson's got great footwork on the blue line there, Gabe.
And then Johnson rips one through traffic, and he scores! Number 100 on the career! 1 away from the all-time lead. And the lead is sawed down to 2. Dane Johnson.
Really incredible stuff here, Gabe. Power play cashes in, huge to cut the lead to a 4-2 game.
So Dane Johnson, 100 career goals, 1 away from the all-time lead.
It really just does attest to as he gets the puck back. Tried getting some tape on it so that he could commemorate the milestone, as any hockey player would want, as any storied hockey player for the Kansas Jayhawk Hockey Club, as Dane Johnson would want. But again, really huge clutch moment there from the veteran forward. Goal number 100 couldn't come at such a better time in a game and time like this for the Jayhawk season.
And a nice poke check there. Frees the puck up. Now PK is going to play the body. Harmer trying to bank the puck out of the zone, but the Razorbacks obviously hungry to answer back. Some nice traffic up front as McLean tries to fight the rebound. Do so now. Able to catch the puck, and he's going to skate it up for the Jayhawks as he tried to find a pass over to PK, but it goes through his legs. But it finds its way back over to Caleb Dusso. Dusso got it to Matthew, didn't know where it was at. So Dusso will try things again. Off the board, trying to find Chevelis. Chevelis dodging a hit there. And they're going to send Dane Johnson back out onto the ice.
Feed the hot hand, Gabe.
And you know, Johnson didn't want to play that. He wanted Arkansas to play it, as Watopka just batted that down. It was a high stick on the play.
Not too much choice, either give up a potential odd man break or take the pause and take some breather before taking the high stick and getting a defensive zone draw.
So
interesting setup here by the Razorbacks. They've got two guys behind the center.
I think they're going to try and get it back to Estrada and then find number 29. But Max Brown was able to bank it off the glass, and there's a big hit right in front of us there by Will Watopka. And then Chevelis is going to turn on the Jets and force that puck into the zone. Now it's going to be Suga Sawara. He's poke checked away there by Dane Johnson, and Chevelis throws it in. And the Jayhawks have to get back on side.
Good work, Zebra.
This is going to be Reed applying the pressure there on Estrada. Nice stick lift. Was able to get the puck away. Jans holding it in. His shot couldn't find the net, so it's going to be Suga Sawara dropping it back for Wilson. Is it still loose up front? Not sure who has it. Ben Smith, it's loose up front, and they score.
And it's Suga Sawara burying the net front chance, pardon me, to bring the lead within 3 again. But again, Jayhawks having a lot of energy. They can't get themselves down. I see a lot of heads down pointed at the ice like, holy cow, what are we going to do to get back in this game? They're playing their game right, Gabe. These small mistakes, they can't harp on them. They just got to rebound, use them as teachable moments like I've been saying, transition it into meaningful play. They have the energy. They know they can do it. We've seen it in the power play and the goals that they've scored. They're not out of this game yet, Gabe.
And another face-off win there by the Razorbacks. It's going to be Ellis who gets it back over to Odeline. Now it's going to be Walsh back, ready to pressure Jans as he's going to move in. Jans poked away there. The Jayhawks able to get it out. Manzella lost control of the puck. Jans shoots one, and it's held on to by Ben Smith for a whistle with 14:59 left to go here in period number 2. 5-2 our score after that rebound goal that the Razorbacks had.
You know, something I noticed about the Razorback fans, they really do travel. It's a lot of family and friends of the team, and much like the SEC football teams, it just does seem to mean more to this Razorback Hockey Club with a huge presence in the stands, a lot of Razorback red and white. But again, we're here in Kansas, still a lot of Kansas Jayhawk fan, crimson and blue. Just a really nice energy here at Cable Dahmer Arena on the community ice side, Gabe, today.
You know, I haven't seen the stands here this packed, and keep in mind these seats are really small. There's not a lot of room, so when the energy is here, it's small but mighty.
It really is an intimate ice, you know, not a lot of stands spread along the entirety of the ice, few rows from the of bleachers for people to sit in, but nice energy, really close to the ice. Makes for a great game day atmosphere here in Independence.
And it looks like there's going to be a penalty on Blake Harmer.
It's going to be a boarding call to Harmer as the Jayhawk penalty kill once again being tested by the Razorback power play. Penalties are going to be killing them, Gabe. They can't keep taking too many of them and expecting their defensive legs to be there. Defending a penalty kill, defending a power play like the Razorback power play the power that they have, the speed that they have is going to wear them out, and they're not going to be in this game much longer if they keep taking these penalties, Gabe. But again, Jayhawk power, penalty kill, pardon me, has been strong this season, especially today.
So 5-2 the score, 14-14 remaining in the middle frame. As tied up off the faceoff was Trevellis, so Ellis was able to win it back. Now Wilson over to McAtee. McAtee drops it back over to Wilson. Wilson, he was ready to walk a shot there, but Vitopka ready to play some defense. Is this going to be Suga Sawara? Trying to find a backdoor tip in for McAtee. Now McAtee, he will curl around as he shoots one through traffic, and Duso was able to get it away. Couldn't quite get it out of the zone. Now pass over to Wilson, a shot, and then Vitopka just ready, sliding across the ice, trying to block that one.
Laying out like Superman for that potential shot block, Gabe, putting the body on the line for the betterment of the team.
As it's now going to be McAtee skating it up. McAtee will throw it around the corner, now Cruz on it. Wilson to McAtee. McAtee. You see Chevelis playing some man defense there. And he was trying to block that shot up front. Duso had a piece of it, couldn't get full control, and then Chevelis tried to fight it out of the zone. Wilson across to Estrada, and a huge save there by Smith as he just sprawled across the crease to keep that one out. The Jayhawks doing a great job pressuring these Razorbacks, but really just can't get the puck out of the zone worth anything right now. And it sucks that having one of their better penalty killers out, and off the post, Estrada, a wide open net.
The Postal Service bringing in some good news for the Jayhawks on that shot opportunity as it goes bar Canada and out of play. Again, really strong net front presence on this Razorback power play, something that they've been demonstrating all day. They've had a lot of tip opportunities on this specific power play opportunity, and the Jayhawks have been able to rebound, but they're leaving the net front open, and they're taking advantage of it with tips and set plays to create rebounds and chaos in front of the net.
So it's passed over to Odeline. Odeline getting pressure there by Matthew. Matthew staring him down, following his every move, and a shot through traffic. Aidan Pearson blocking that one again. Over to Hershey. His shot almost on net.
Even strength play as Harmon gets back out on the ice from his boarding penalty.
Now Smith comes out to play it. He'll wrap it around the boards over to Hansen. Hansen tries to play it the other way. Now Aidan Pearson. He'll spin around, reversing a nice hit there. Then Jans from the point, sticked aside by Ben Smith. And then there's Blake Harmer trying to fight to get the puck out. Hansen able to move it out with one hand on the stick. The Razorbacks dump it right back in. They'll get a change going as Ben Smith will leave it for Pearson, who then hands it off over to Harmer. Harmer lofts it out of the zone. The Jayhawks looking a little tired, like they could use a line change here. But Harmer, great pressure there. Able to get the puck loose as he tries to spin around. He gets a pass over to Matthew. Now Hansen with it. Hansen trying to fight it back the other way. As holding the line there was Reed. Reed over to Matthew.
Strong boards play on that offensive opportunity there, Gabe. They were moving it around under the net, trying to find a lane to get it out to the point or the slot for a shot opportunity, but Razorback defense really disciplined on that chance and couldn't really find an opening.
Now Walsh takes a hit back behind the net. Then getting hauled down there was Chevelis as the puck is sent back to the other corner. Aidan Pearson on it, so he'll spin around, able to shake off one man, pressured by the other. He'll backhand it off the boards over to Cole Walsh. Walsh looking for the head man to Chevelis, who tips it over to PK. Now Salter able to get out of the zone. He gets over to Patterson, who gets it to Valentini. Valentina passing it over to Casper, and a big hit there, and it's going to be a penalty on Kansas again.
Another man disadvantage for the Jayhawks coming up here. Again, they can't be taking this many penalties if they want to try and stay in this game. PK with a great hit to get the whistle.
So it looks like the referee signaled a roughing penalty. It's going to be on Cole Walsh.
These late hits are really killing them, Gabe. I mean, they're not dirty hits by any means, but the timing and the nature of when they're giving the hit to the Arkansas player is what causes the roughing. I know it's not the most easy to understand concept, but rule changes over the years have definitely cracked down on late hits to try and make the game as safe as possible, but still allow for that physicality that hockey fans know and love.
You know, Ben Smith and Steven Chevelis not happy at all with what went down there. As you saw, Chevelis talking to one ref, Smith saying something to the other, but either way, it's going to be a penalty kill for the Hawks.
I mean, rightfully so. I mean, it's a normal hit. It's a standard play. The passes released off of the Arkansas player's stick, and they go in for the hit. It's not anything out of the norm. It happens all the time at the hitting levels of play, from U14 all the way up to the pros. You see it all the time. A little, just a 1-2 check and get back in the game. But these refs seem to be calling a very tight game, and the Jayhawks paying the price for it most of the game.
Now Wilson over to McAtee. McAtee wanted to wind up, but he had two Jayhawks ready, just clogging that lane up. Now Wilson through traffic, and he scores. So 6-2 the score now. Back
and forth between McAfee and Wilson. At the point, Wilson firing the shot, and it goes right over Smith's glove, making it a 6-2 game, killing off and erasing the Jayhawk penalty kill. As we have 9:44 remaining in this middle frame of play here in Independence, Missouri at Cable Dahmer Community Ice. Still a lot of time. The Jayhawks have come back from worse and have been in much worse shape before coming back and making it close games this season, as we saw at Nebraska earlier in the year.
And an offsides there, as it looked like Duso just barely couldn't catch it there.
Gabe, this is the last home set of the season for the Jayhawks. Their next game won't be played after this until the weekend of February 5th, where the Jayhawks travel to Fayetteville, Arkansas, to face the Razorbacks once again and close out their season series.
You know, and it's something about Jayhawk home games and hearing the hum play over the speakers that just gives me the goosebumps. It doesn't matter where in the game it is, as that's the song that was just played in between whistles here as it's passed over to Chevelis. Now Duso gets knocked down as he was able to force the puck back the other way. You see Chevelis going back, pressuring McAtee, as McAtee will coast around his own net before making a headman pass up over to Cruz. Now Smith comes out to play it. You see Deeks around one man, and he'll play it off the glass, and it's going to be an icing.
Reminiscent of, I believe it was Patrick Waugh back in the day. There's an infamous play of his. He's able to control the puck, and he skates it all the way up to center ice, gets over the red line, and is called for a penalty because you just can't do that as a goalie. Able to deke out the defender with a little swift toe drag there. Not easy to do with the blocker and glove, but Ben Smith, very skilled goalkeeper, veteran netminder, in for the Jayhawks today.
Wasn't it Wayne Gretzky that Patrick Raw deked out?
I believe it was Gretzky, Gabe.
Now Jans rips one from the point. And a power play coming for the Jayhawks.
Slashing on, looks like 86 for the Arkansas Razorbacks. Michael Ellis doesn't seem too happy about that, but this gives the Jayhawks another chance to cash in and cut the lead in half. 1-for-1 on the power play tonight. That's something fun to say, especially if you're a Jayhawk hockey fan. They're going to need to try and find some magic if they want to score and keep them close in this game and bring back the energy that this Jayhawk team definitely has in them. Again, they're not down and out quite yet. It's a 6-2 game, but it's far from over. Just about halfway remaining in the second period. And a full third period of play. They just got to pick their heads up and try and salvage something, which I know they can. They've shown it in the past.
So Duso from the point rips one right off the draw. And the Razorbacks able to dump it all the way out. Now Ben Smith, he'll play the puck again. Instead of trying to pass it forward, he'll just leave it back behind the net for Caleb Duso, who then finds Harmer. Harmer, he's going to move in with some speed, and it's going to be offsides. Interesting. However, that'll bring stoppage with 8 minutes exact remaining here in the middle period. 6-2 the score. Arkansas in the lead. A minute 39 left to go on that Kansas power play, and now they'll get a line change. So
top unit of the power play coming out here for the Jayhawks. You see Chevelis, you see PK, you see Votopka with
Johnson and Pearson.
Johnson playing that point man. It's one of my favorite things that a coach and a system can have, a forward playing the point of a power play, you know, kind of like an Alex Ovechkin or I remember from the Chicago Blackhawks Cup winning days, Patrick Sharp would often be the second defenseman on one of the power play units and had a lot of success there from the point.
Now Johnson moving in, curling a shot, and then a save there by Dzinka.
Johnson showing off his speed once again, trying to tuck it from his backhand and get another goal on the board and 101 in his career. But again, really strong showing from Johnson this weekend, Gabe.
And a nice pressure there by Votopka as he was able to just weave his way in. Now it's going to be Dane Johnson with it again. He's going to skate up the ice. He'll get a backhand pass over to Votopka. Votopka getting pressured off the puck there, and then Trevor McLean tries a shot. Aidan Pearson blocks that one, and you could tell that one stung just by the way he reacted.
He's been getting lit up by pucks all day. He's been using his body really well to try and block shots. And again, really great defensemen are really good at putting their body in the right position, not just having great stick position, but using their body and their size and frame similar to a goalie would, just outside of the pipes and with significantly less padding. And again, Pearson, a workhorse defenseman for this Jayhawk team all season long. Really is one of the prime showings of a great player that the Jayhawks have seen since their resurgence in the 2010s.
Now it's going to be a nice pass over to Harmer. Harmer, he's going to be patient with the puck before cutting towards the corner. He'll hook around before getting pressured off the puck there. Suga Sawara off the board, sends it out. Ben Smith in the corner, dragging it, ensuring that it'll be left for Caleb Duso, the freshman defenseman who's really stepped up and taken a charge this year, as Harmer just tries to dump it into the zone, but it's going to be sent back the other way. No icing, but Ben Smith will come out to play it. He'll wrap it around the boards. He gets it over to Hansen. It's taken away by Suga Sawara. Over to Lotz, and a shot and a save by Ben Smith.
Squeezing the pads and kind of crunching in on that sliding save off of a 2-on-1 opportunity from a mishandled puck by the Jayhawks. Ben Smith coming up in the clutch once again, Gabe. Over 50 games of experience, a lot of hockey played in the Crimson and Blue for Ben Smith. Certainly a welcome face in the locker room and on the ice for the Jayhawks this weekend.
And 11 assists on his career as well.
Don't see a lot of point-getting goalies, but here we are. Ben Smith with in the double digits, Gabe. Not impossible for an NHL defenseman, for ACHA collegiate level. That's pretty dang good if you ask me.
Now it's going to be sent over to Votopka, who just throws it into the zone. Now Dzinka, trying to be a little bit like Ben Smith, comes out to play it. And a nice hit there by Votopka. Now Chevelis takes a knee, and that's going to get called.
That hurt watching, I'm going to be honest. Direct leg-on-leg contact. Calling for the tripping penalty, clipping penalty, both similar signals from the officials' handbook. Regardless, another 2-minute opportunity for the Jayhawks to cash in and try and cut the lead in half here in the late minutes of the middle frame, Gabe. And again, the Jayhawks are going to have to work on their puck movement. They haven't had the most success getting passes and finding lanes, but They have an opening with the 5-on-4. They're going to need to use it and find the space. If it means they're just running back and forth between the point man to try and find a lane on the wing or in the middle, then that's what it means. But puck movement is going to be key here.
Now the face-off won by Kansas. It's going to be Chevelis. Chevelis drops it for Johnson. And Johnson, he's going to choose to walk it and leave it for Pearson. Rather, drop it to Pearson at the point, ripping one through traffic, and it'll be dumped all the way back.
There was a tip opportunity there. Sorry, Gabe, I cut you off.
As it's left for Chevelis. Chevelis, he's going to curl around one man before throwing it to Johnson, streaking down the left wing. He's poked off the puck, and it's going to be cleared down again. So the Arkansas penalty kill probably made adjustments during intermission as they've been all over Johnson whenever he'd get that puck. Now it's going to be Will Vitopka trying to move in. He's able to get around one man as Arkansas tries to send it out. Pearson holds the line. Pearson's going to choose to walk it in instead. He tries a shot. Might have hit a stick up front, either way. The Jayhawks still fighting with control. It's going to be Chevelis to Johnson. Johnson across to Pearson. Back to Johnson. Johnson saucers one from the point, going for the tip, and Chevelis off the rebound winds up. But it's going to be Dzinka getting the better end of that.
I see the Jayhawks trying to find that net front presence and create the chaos in front of the net that the Razorbacks have had a lot of success with. Not to much avail, however, those set plays and those set kind of positioning roles is what's going to really, really enhance Jayhawk power play this game.
And almost holding the line there was Cole Walsh, but he gets thrown down. But the puck finds its way over to Aidan Matthew. Matthew back to do so, who then finds it over to Harmer, who's also playing that point position. Back up to Cole Walsh. Now Walsh will skate it in. He'll throw it around the boards as it's banked off. And it's going to be sent all the way back. Now Ben Smith. Getting a little testy there.
Got to be careful with that, how he plays the puck, Gabe.
As he was able to catch it with the glove, he left it for Harmer, who then finds Duso. Duso couldn't connect with Walsh on that saucer pass. And the Razorbacks, another penalty kill successful for them. Now Valentini. He's going to be hauled down by Duso, and another call here.
Again, Jayhawks finding themselves in a pickle with the penalty box as Duso goes off for, could be an interference, could be a hook. Can't really tell. We'll see the signal from the official here as he goes to the scorer's bench. A holding. Again, Jayhawk penalty kill back on the ice. Can't be putting yourself in this position if you want to try and dig yourself out of a 4-goal deficit, but here we are, the Jayhawk power penalty kill, pardon me, back on the ice, and they're going to have to keep it out and maybe create some offense here late in this period.
So right off the hop, they will dump it all the way back. Dzinka plays it for McAtee as he'll skate things up past center ice with 3 minutes left to go here in second period. Now Wilson to Sugasawara on the back door. Couldn't connect there. Now McAtee to Wilson. Wilson. Looks like Vitopka got a piece of that pass, and the puck finds its way over to Reed. As he tried to send it out of the zone, just couldn't quite get it off his stick strong enough. Now McAtee. He's choosing to walk it a little bit. He fakes the shot. He'll pass it over to Patterson. A little bit of a floater through the point, but Ben Smith will hang on for a whistle.
Just over 2 minutes remaining in the middle frame. Gabe, Jayhawks having just over a minute on their penalty kill from Caleb Duso. Penalty kill showing strong on this. Disciplined, great positioning, and nothing really more you could ask for unless they're able to convert some offense on this penalty kill.
And a nice block there by Luke Hansen. He felt that one, but way to wear it, number 7.
Right to the arm where it doesn't seem to be much padding, kind of on the shoulder in between the elbow pad and the shoulder pads. Wow, I can't talk.
So 2:05 left to go in the second period. Ben Smith, another save for a whistle. 47 seconds left on the penalty that was assessed to Caleb Dusso.
Stepping in for Hansen is going to be number 4 for the Jayhawks.
It's going to be Aidan Matthey. As Harmer was able to skip that puck over the stick of Hewerman. Jacob Hewerman wearing number 43 for the Hogs. As you see Blake Harmer skating down without a stick. I think he did a pretty good job playing defense there, considering he doesn't have anything to use. Now it's going to be Hershey with it. Passing it over to Cruz. Back to Hershey. Hershey to Cruz once more. Out to Oderling, shoots one, and another save by Ben Smith.
He really did the most without that stick there, Gabe. He was in the right position. He was holding the line. He was staying big, trying to block as much of the passing lane as he could without the stick. And Jayhawks are somewhat rewarded for it as they're able to get a stoppage with 9 seconds remaining on the penalty kill. Strong defensive play all around.
And you can see that the community ice side here is starting to get a little bit more crowded as there's some high school hockey that'll be happening on this rink later on. In fact, my hometown team, the Wichita Junior Thunder, will be in action. As it's going to be wrapped around the other way over to Johnson. Johnson tried to get it up to Chevelis, who, if he had 2 hands on his stick, he would have been able to fight that out. Now Chevelis moving in with speed. Hit off the puck as the Jayhawks still fighting to keep control. Now Vitopka, he was able to poke it loose, throws it to the corner. He'll have to chase after it. But getting thrown down there by Hewerman. It's going to be Brown throwing it back into the corners. The delayed penalty on the Hogs. So 41.3 seconds left to go in the period.
And another Jayhawk power play to go along in the dying seconds of this period. Maybe they can cash in on something in the next 41 seconds. Regardless, it's going to carry over into the final frame as the top power play unit rolls out on the ice at the hand of Coach Andy McConnell.
You know, I think if they score here, it shifts the momentum a lot for Kansas, because they can go into the locker room knowing, hey, we just scored. Let's go do it again once we get some rest.
It's all a mindset thing, Gabe. If you believe it, you can do it.
Now Chevelis shoots one. Blocked up front, now Vitopka. Pressured off the puck, unable to hold the line there with Chevelis. You can see he hangs his head a little bit, but coming all the way out, Ben Smith. A nice poke check there by Johnson. Gets the puck in the zone, racing after his PK. So he tried to send it around the boards, but holding the line there is Dane Johnson. Johnson over to Chevelis. 5 seconds left to go in the period. Johnson moving, shoots it off the pad, off the rebound. Oh, and a huge save there by Dzinka.
Dzinka finding himself in the right place at the right time, denying the Jayhawks a chance to cut the lead in half, but there will still be manpower advantage going into the third period. Real energy booster there as Ben Smith coming out of his net, pushing that puck forward. PK finding it in the corner, throwing it out front. A lot of passing, a lot of good things from that short little offensive burst here, Gabe, as the Jayhawks go into the locker room down 6-2, but not out of it quite yet.
I will leave it at this before we take a little bit of a break. This was the same exact score Friday night heading into the third against Nebraska when we only had 10 skaters. For now, I'm Gabe Daniel, joined alongside Logan Rosengard. We'll be back for what should be an exciting third period of some Big 12 SEC action here in Independence, Missouri. Back inside Cable Dahmer Arena's community ice side. I'm Gabe Daniel. Alongside me, Logan Rosengard, where the Razorbacks come back out onto the ice, leading 6-2. However, the Jayhawks have been down in this exact same area before, and they only had 10 skaters when it was like this too. That was back when we were playing in Lincoln, Nebraska. And again, I think we're just waiting on the referees to make their way out onto the ice before the team can.
A lot of energy from the Jayhawks to end the period, Gabe. Despite the huge save from Dusenka on that cross-crease opportunity from the Jayhawks. A lot of energy on that last few seconds in the period from that power play the Jayhawks are on, with about a minute 20, a minute 19 to be exact, on the manpower advantage. They're going to need to harness some of that energy and translate it into the third period if they want to see some results and make it close. Something you pointed out before the period, Gabe, and I won't elaborate it on anymore. The Jayhawks were in a similar position with much less skaters in enemy territory earlier in the season in Lincoln, Nebraska. But we're here in Independence against the Arkansas Razorbacks with a much fuller team. We'll see what they can do with it. I won't say much more. Gabe, third period, you're the coach going in the intermission. What are you saying to these Jayhawks?
You know what? Play simple, play smart, and shoot the puck, you know? They've had great chances when they've just entered the zone simple, when they've taken those shots, and, you know, they've got the talent out there that can put the puck in the net. They have Dane Johnson, Steven Chevelis, just guys that have been able to get it done. And I think if they just play smart, that's all it takes. Do the little things.
If they can capitalize on the small mistakes that Arkansas makes, despite there being few, and if they can capitalize on the momentum that they're able to get from every inch of ice that Arkansas is going to give them, we're going to see the tides of the game change, Gabe, I think. Andy McConnell bringing around the boys one more time before the puck drops here in the third period. Give them a little bit of a game plan, a little bit of a pep talk to try and spark a fire under them and get them going in this third period. You see Ben Smith stretching out in goal down on the home side of the ice. And again, this game should be interesting. This period should be interesting. So if you're just tuning in to the Kansas Hockey YouTube, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It's third period time.
Buckle up. It's going to get exciting from here.
A lot of energy, enthusiasm in the stands again, Gabe. Pretty full house. A lot of bleed over from this high school game that's coming up afterwards between the Wichita Junior Thunder and Rockhurst Academy. But right now we got a college hockey game going on. I'm going to turn it back over to you, Gabe.
So right off the face-off, the Razorbacks did win it. They were able to dump it down, but skating it in the zone now, Dane Johnson. He gets a pass over to Will Vitopka, who then finds Johnson coming down to the point again. As it's passed over to Pearson. Pearson, he's going to walk it. He'll get over to Chevelis. Back to Pearson, who finds Johnson again. Johnson with 2 goals. Can he get a third? Over to Pearson. Shoots one through traffic, and they score! Max PK at the doorstep tips it in. Just 39 seconds into the third period.
And it's the BGHW alum, Max PK, with the great net front presence and a great tip shot from, I believe that was Aidan Pearson from the point, to cut the lead in half, capitalize on the power play, and give some energy to this Jayhawk team, Gabe. Exactly like we talked about to start the period, exactly what we talked about between ourselves and the intermission. And it translates, Gabe.
And there's going to be a battle along the boards. Duso trying to fight it out the other way. As he's going to curl around. Matthew even trying to help get the puck further down. But it'll be sent back in now. Blake Harmer for the Jayhawks will skate it. It's going to be a turnover up front to Ben Smith. Luckily, he was aware. And it's covered for a whistle.
And I'll make note of it again, Gabe. A lot of young hockey fans, young hockey players from the Kansas City area watching this game, and it is nice to see potential future Jayhawks in the stands today, Gabe.
And a nice block there by Will Vitopka. And Andy McConnell let that line get a little bit of a breather, and he's like, hey, you know what? Go get me another. It's going to be Reed. He's able to fight the puck out of the zone. As he's able to advance it over to Johnson. It's going to be a foot race for the puck. Johnson moving in over, taking a backhand shot. And then Dzinka making the save there. And it'll trickle out of the zone, so the Hawks will have to regroup, but it's going to be Max Brown, a saucer pass over to Johnson. Johnson feeding it to Chevelis, moving in, shoots one, and it's a simple shot. He scores! Steven Chevelis makes it a 2-goal game with 18:21 remaining in the game.
Great forechecking from Dane Johnson. Even better stick play and shooting and awareness from Steven Chevelis, the senior from West Dundee, Illinois. And we have ourselves a 2-goal game here in Independence, Gabe.
And it's the same thing on the football field for Arkansas as it is on the ice now. The tank's empty and the momentum far from their favor as they trail on the field 17-7.
And this is where the Jayhawks are really going to have to continue their footing.
And you see a little smirk on the face of Connor Morgan as he was able to fire that puck into the zone. And you see Brandon Fontanetta trying to fight that puck back for the Jayhawks as it's thrown into the corner. Coming out to play it is Ben Smith. An ill-advised play there, but the Jayhawks able to get in better defensive positioning. And you hear the kids in here in the stands chanting KU. As it's going to be a foot race for the puck now coming in, chasing it. Alex Adler lost the foot race, but it was great pressure as it's going to be Ellis skating it in. He's going to be pressured there by Cole Walsh. A shot saved there by Smith as the puck fought off there, thrown to the corner, and we're going to get a stoppage here. So the puck did go out of play. 17:34 left to go. Period number 3. The Jayhawks only down by 2. But on the football field, they were leading 14-7 as Devin Neal, the Lawrence native, did carry one into the end zone. As a chance for multiple KU teams to come out with an upset here today. Now Fontanetta, great pressure there along the blue line. And it's going to be a penalty here. It's going to be hooking. And it's going to be Brandon Fontanetta heading into the box. So a penalty kill for the Jayhawks. And it's going to be 17-13, the score for that Arkansas football game for those that are tied to loyalties with the Razorbacks in that regard. As the Razorbacks do win the faceoff, it's back over to Suga Sawara. Over to Estrada. His shot blocked up front, then Chevelis wheels and deals, and he's able to send it all the way back. That gets a change for Kansas. Now McAtee, he'll choose to drop it back over to Suga Sawara. And he'll drop it back over to Wilson, who then sends it across over to Ellis. And a nice play there by Vitopka. Fought the puck loose and a shot through traffic right to the Jayhawk on the chest of Ben Smith, and another whistle.
Ben Smith has been standing tall to the task the entirety of this afternoon, Gabe, keeping the Jayhawks' chances alive with each save that he makes and each whistle that he gets his way. You don't necessarily want to have a face-off opportunity in the offensive zone when you're down a man, but a break for this strong penalty kill the Jayhawks have had is always good.
Now Wilson. He's going to carry it before passing it to McAtee at the deep slot. He'll move closer to the net before curling around. And he's just going to circle around. He doesn't know what to do. He'll shoot it through traffic. He can't find the net there. Wilson off the rebound gets it to Estrada. Estrada couldn't catch it there with the blade of his stick. Over to Suga Sawara. Jayhawks playing great man defense as Dane Johnson now He's able to apply an immense amount of pressure as Wilson over to Sugar Swore, hit the skate of Johnson as it was loose. The shot was up front and they score. So 7-4. So 16:05 remaining in period number 3. They capitalize on the power play.
Just got to tighten up the defense there on that opportunity there, Gabe, as Ellis puts the puck in the back of the net to increase their lead once again to 3 goals. But Jayhawks are far from out of this game. They have that energy even despite giving up a goal on the penalty kill. They've got to convert it. They've got to put the puck on the net.
And you see Will Vitopka just ready. He jumps in there. And it looks like PK blew a tire, and you're going to hear a little bit of cheers from the Arkansas bench. Now Trevor McLean on the puck. Over to Deskier, who then just throws it to the corner as it's passed up front, intercepted by Chevelis, who's then going to try and get a headman pass over to PK before sending it back the other way. Now Smith, leaving it for Reed. He's able to pass it around over to Pearson as it's taken away by Chevelis. A backhand shot and a nice stick lift there by Vitopka prevents him from banging home the rebound. Another shot from the point blocked up front.
What
and
a
now
block
Will Vitopka.
Jeez.
And a big hit right in front of the penalty box.
Each game I watch Vitopka play, Gabe, he just finds a way to impress me in ways that he hasn't already, and boy, is it fun to watch.
As it's going to be left over for McLean. McLean, a lazy shot blocked up front by Pearson. And Pearson from back behind his own net will skate it up.
Workhorse defenseman for the Jayhawks, Gabe. I can't not talk about it enough.
He'll get it over to his roommate Max Brown, who then dumps it in as Dzinka will come out and play it. Brown around the boards over to Matthey, who tried to drop it back over to Harmer, but the Razorbacks able to intercept it there. And a nice play by Max Brown sends it to the other St. Louis end on this team. Jayhawks having to get back on side. It looked like they were. But it's going to be McAtee skating it in. McAtee shoots one, misses the net high and wide. But either way, it's going to be sent back in the other way by number 15. Razorbacks starting to take control of the game after they scored that goal. As it'll be Lotz trying to force it up the other way. And a penalty on Kansas. Questionable there. Luke Hansen heads to the box. So another Razorback power play with 13:53 left to go.
Not sure what call's coming to Hansen and the Jayhawks' way, but penalty kill opportunity here for the Jayhawks. Another power play chance for the Razorbacks.
It's going to be offsetting Miners. Lotz is going to head of the box as well.
Well then, a little more even playing field now that it's a 4-on-4, a lot more space. They're going to have to use a little bit of a box offensive system because it's a 4-on-4 opportunity, but the Jayhawks have been in this position again. Their special teams have been tested game after game. Some confusion by the Razorback bench, and personally from me too, not entirely sure what the calls were. Probably offsetting interference and roughing, just by the looks of the play and, you know, the nature of penalties. And that's the call from the officials over the PA. Both each get offsetting, roughing Miners.
So it's going to be Dane Johnson right off the draw. He's going to skate it up. He's going to move to the left side, and he's going to turn on the Jets, moving into speed. Shoots one off his stick, up high and out of play.
He wants it, Gabe. He wants number 101. He wants to keep this game as close as he can. Dane Johnson with speed down the wing, not able to get the puck on the net as the Arkansas defender makes a really nice play with his stick and tips it out of play. But that speed is going to be needed if the Hawks are going to want to create some space on this 4-on-4 chance. Going to need an odd man mismatch opportunity with that speed, Gabe.
So Chevelle is set to take the draw as it was tied up. McAtee will take it away from Duso, and the Razorbacks will break it out as it's over to Wilson. Wilson poked away by Johnson. He's all alone, moving in, and he scores! All hail Dane Johnson, his third of the game. And with that, he now has the most goals of all time in a Jayhawk uniform. And what a beautiful play there.
Speechless. That's all I can say, Gabe. Speechless. Dane Johnson burying goal number 101 on the career and goal number 3 in the game for him. The veteran forward for the Jayhawks, breaking in like gangbusters, stripping the goalie 1-2. How do you do? And bringing the game within 2 goals again.
And there's Chevelis, who fights the puck back in over to Johnson. Can he get 4? He'll pass it to Cole Walsh at the point. Walsh feed it back to Johnson, who tried to backhand it over to Chevelis, who was just right by the goalie. And the Razorbacks will take it away. It's going to be Wilson dropping it back over to Estrada. His shot held onto by Benjamin Smith.
And still over a minute of 4-on-4 play here in the game in this third period. And a lot of time left on the clock. Jayhawks found some momentum. And as I've said before, they're just going to have to keep building on it if they want to get back in this game the way that they have. It's a 7-5 game. If it's going to be a barn burner, it better be a good outcome.
So 7-5. The score, 12:56 remaining here in the game. A shot from the point, blocked away by Smith. Cole Walsh able to get that puck away. He got it up to the point at least, just going to get it past there. But a great amount of pressure there forces them to make a pass, and a shot right off the post. Oh, never mind. That went bar down. You heard that one all the way around the rink, and 8-5 is the score now.
That was just a nice play shot by 86 in red, Ellis. Posting in. Kind of dirty if you're asking me, but keeping the game just out of reach for the Jayhawks. But again, there's plenty of time on that clock. The Jayhawks have been down and out in these similar situations before. As we've seen in Lincoln, the 10-man comeback. Like the Spartans of Greece. Let's see what they can do with a full team and energy, Gabe.
Now it's going to be Vitopka, as he was able to shake off a hit and stay on his feet. Now it's going to be Chevelis. Shaking off the puck, but he's able to get it over to Vitopka. Vitopka fighting off Salter. Now it's going to be Chevelis. Chevelis tried a shot. If he would just would have waited a little bit, he could have gotten a pass to do so. But it's going to be wrapped around there. Chevelis tried to drop it back to the slot, but no one was there. But Blake Harmer goes in, and it's going to be a knee-on-knee. So a tripping call here, a shot covered by Ben Smith, and it'll be tripping.
Power play for 9 minutes. A 5-on-4 chance. Or rather, a 4-on-3 chance before the offsetting minors end in 9 seconds, Gabe. That penalty by Harmon, certainly detrimental to the Jayhawks' momentum, but again, the Jayhawks have been playing really good hockey of late in this period, and they're going to have to keep building on it in state of the game and keep it simple, as we talked about at the beginning of the period, Gabe. They're keeping it simple. They're playing their game. They're making the easy passes, and it's opening up the Razorbacks often. So they've got 5 on the board right now.
A weird 4-on-3 power play for the Hogs, but right off the draw, they couldn't hold the line as that pass just went right through the stick of Odeline. Both teams going to be one, so both teams have a man come out of the box.
There's going to be an offensive zone draw here, Gabe, after a high stick by the Hogs.
Rather than not, it'll just be right outside the Jayhawk defensive zone.
Plenty of time remaining in this period, Gabe, for something to happen. Jayhawks have the energy and the power, and they just got to convert it.
Now it's going to be Hewerman. A headman pass over to Cruz. Cruz shaking off the puck there by Max Brown. And it's going to be another delayed penalty on Kansas.
Perplexing would be a good word to describe the amount of penalties that are being called in this game, Gabe.
So a slashing penalty on Max Brown.
Really tight game by the officials today. And the Jayhawks have been on the odd end of that all night, but nothing a little adversity couldn't do to a comeback. Hopeful.
And it's going to be Hewerman with it. Hewerman across to Odeline. Odeline through traffic and a nice poke check there by Kansas. Able to get that puck away from the net, but Hewerman holds it in. His shot from the point, and then Smith will jump over on top and hang on to it. Again, that goal that Dane Johnson just scored made him the leader of all-time goals by a Jayhawk at 101. Still has plenty of time to add on to that. I think the previous holder for that would have been Dawson Engel, as Engel holds the lead in points overall. Now it's going to be McAtee crossed over to Estrada. His shot, I don't even think that found its way on net. But out of the way, the Razorbacks will hold it. They do have well over 50 seconds of 5-on-3. Those are two Jayhawks in the box. It's Blake Harmer and Max Brown. As McAtee over to Estrada. Back to Estrada as he's going to wait. He'll get a one-time shot over to McAtee. Ben Smith kicks that one to the side with ease. The Jayhawks playing a little conservative here. Another shot that just goes high.
They got 3 tired guys out on the ice, Gabe. They got to play conservative if they want to have their legs for any sort of momentum to get back in this game. Another great glove save by Ben Smith. Again, standing tall to the task all night long, keeping the Jayhawks in it for the most part.
So 10:18 left to go. Period number 3, 8-5 the score. The Razorbacks lead. They're on the power play. It'll be 5-on-3 for 17 more seconds. 5-on-4 shortly after. As Duso racing to that corner, trying to get the puck out. As PK tried to send it around the boards, but quickly getting there to hold the line was Hewerman. So the Jayhawks, one man short. They have 30 seconds left on that penalty handed out to Max Brown before they'll be back at even strength. Now it's going to be Hershey over to Odeline.
They're just able to cycle that puck around the point and get shots from the blue line very often on their man advantage, Gabe. And it's something that the Razorbacks have had success with all game. They've been able to set up a lot of net front presence, a lot of set plays with their puck movement. And the Jayhawks, for the most part, have been able to rebound and control their defensive end pretty well. But again, it's just about pass management and puck management, Gabe. These games wouldn't be as high scoring had the puck have been controlled lower to prevent that space being found up top.
And then a diving poke by Chevelis gets that puck out of the zone as he's trying to fight and kick that puck loose, and the Jayhawks will dump it down, and they are back at full strength. So Dane Johnson back out onto the ice. He already has 3 goals today, scoring 99, 100, and 101 of his career, and an icing called here on the Razorbacks. And number 43 wanted it to be called as a tip. So Aidan Pearson and Jackson Reed back at the blue line up front. It'll be Johnson, Vitopka, and Chevelis.
Pearson, workhorse defenseman for this Jayhawk team, taking a bit of a beating from the puck recently tonight, as he's put his body on the line to try and keep the game alive and block a lot of shots. He's had a lot of success with that, that's for sure.
And a shot from the point by Johnson right off the faceoff. Just sailing wide. It's going to be Johnson in the corner, shaking off the puck. There's going to be a penalty on the Razorbacks.
Another power play opportunity for the Hawks here to try and cash in and cut the game once again to 2 goals, Gabe. Again, this officiating team for today's game has been calling a very tight game. I believe it's going to be either a roughing or an interference call from that hit on for the Razorbacks. But regardless of the call, the Jayhawks have to capitalize on these opportunities that they have on the manpower advantage. You don't see a lot of these. Special teams aren't supposed to be worked as much as they have been this weekend. But here we are again with another manpower advantage for the Jayhawks. And again, they need to capitalize if they want to have any chance to continue the momentum building that they have. Not that they can't cash in on 5-on-5 play, but with one man down, it's a lot easier than 5-on-5 play to score a goal.
Now Chevelis passing it back over to Johnson. Back to Chevelis again. Chevelis to Vitopka. Vitopka waiting. He'll find Johnson at the point. Johnson will get it over to Pearson. So the Jayhawks playing catch. And they'll find it over to Johnson. Johnson over to Vitopka. Shoots! Oh, and a blocker save there. It's still loose. And they score!
I believe that was Will Vitopka getting his own shot and rebound opportunity. He was looking for the short side blocker corner. The goalie seems upset. Looks like he's asking for some goaltender interference to be considered. The referees will be talking. But as it stands right now, the Jayhawks have once again cashed in on the power play for an 8-6 game. And the officials, again, still talking about what they saw, trying to get the right call. But Will Vitopka, energy player for this Jayhawk team. Really, really good showing from the first-year player. And there's still some discussion about the goal call. From the looks of it, it's going to stand.
I think it's more of just an upset Arkansas bench and then the referee trying to determine who it was that had scored.
Well, here we are, Gabe, once again. 2-goal deficit. Simple play needs to keep happening, correct?
Oh, absolutely. Going back to the conversation I had with Dane Johnson prior to last night's game, his 3 keys. Play simple, move my feet, and shoot the puck, and I think he's done all 3 of those quite well. He has 4 goals. Well, he's been a part of 4 goals. He has 3 of them, and then he was on the ice for that one that was just scored by Vitopka. And the energy in the locker room has been a lot different, and you're going to see another Jayhawk power play. Aidan Matthew now skates it in.
There's going to be another power play opportunity here, Gabe, as the Razorbacks are going to pay the price once again and be on the penalty kill.
And man, I hope you took the over on penalties in this game and goals as well, as there have been 14 goals in this game and
a whole
probably a
lot
lot more
minutes.
penalties than that.
Hey, listen, special teams play, D3 ACHA club hockey. It's the bread and butter of what it is, club hockey. It's not the best, but damn it is it fun to watch, and this special team showing is definitely a reason why. Jayhawks going up once again on the manpower advantage as Razorbacks player Cameron McAtee going to the box.
And it looks like Cole Walsh got a penalty. I'm not sure as to what his penalty would have been, but it's up on the scoreboard. Okay, It's going to be a 5-on-3 for Kansas. I just saw the number 2 on the Jayhawk side, but it turns out it's just going to be.
There also was a timeout by Coach Andy McConnell as they have a 5-on-3 opportunity, a chance to get back in this game even more than they already have. Plenty of time, 8:16 in this period, Gabe. The basics of hockey is what's going to be key. They have 2 men down for the Razorbacks and 5 men strong for the Jayhawks. It's really going to be a puck-moving game at this juncture, and they're going to have a lot of space to move and a lot of opportunity to get shots on net.
And you saw that little smile by Will Vitopka as he was heading to the face-off, and that's something you don't want to see. Dane Johnson shoots one through traffic, and then getting the rebound there is PK. Now Max PK, he'll cycle the puck, he'll choose to pass over to Chevelis. Chevelis to Pearson, winds up, shoots it. It's loose, and now Chevelis with it again, back over to Pearson. Pearson to Johnson, can he get 102? Now Pearson He'll coast around the net. He'll drop it back. PK at the point with it. Over to Johnson. Johnson couldn't catch it.
Able to maintain possession here, Gabe. Strong puck play. I know it's a 5-on-3, so they have a lot of time.
And a penalty here on Kansas.
Some net front battle between PK and Razorbacks forward Brian Romero. Looks like
Will Votopka for a high stick.
Pardon me, Votopka. Still on the manpower advantage, a 4-on-3 opportunity here still for the Jayhawks as Votopka goes to the bench, one of their stronger penalty killers, but they're not on the penalty kill. They're still on the man advantage. The Jayhawks still have an opportunity to create a lot of offense and use the space with 3 Razorback players still on the ice. And a lot of time to go in this game, Gabe. It is not over yet. The fans are on their feet. The young hockey players in the stands are excited and eagerly watching. What an atmosphere here at Cable Dahmer today.
Oh, absolutely. As the faceoff is won by the Razorbacks, it's going to be Shigasara. He'll skate it back. He's pressured by PK as Odeline will send it all the way back. Coming out to play that will be Ben Smith. Smith. He'll choose to pass it up over to Pearson. Pearson left it for Dusso, and Dusso is going to go up with speed on the right side. He's going to move around one man. He's going to choose to curl around before sending it back over to Aidan Pearson. Pearson to Dusso. Over to Cervellis. Cervellis curling around. He's poked off the puck, but a nice stick lift there, and he'll win the race. Over to Pearson. Pearson shoots one. Oh, and it goes wide. Now Cervellis with it. Over to Dusso. Back to Cervellis. Cervellis waits. He shoots. Blocked up front. Dusso to Pearson. Shoots it. Goes wide. And it looked like he got tripped up. The Jayhawk bench wanted a penalty there. Now it's going to be a 2-on-1 for the Razorbacks. Across over to Wilson. Back to Shigasora. Off the rebound and a sprawling save there by Smith. And the Jayhawks able to get it away.
And it's the veteran netminder coming in clutch for the Jayhawks to keep this game 8-6.
Now it's going to be a quick 5-on-4 for the Razorbacks as McAtee and Deskier out of the box. Now McAtee, he's going to go to the left side as he was pressured there. As it's going to be dropped back over to Ellis. Ellis moving in, fans on the shot, poked away there by Cole Walsh. This is backhanded up and over to Dane Johnson. Johnson has 3 goals. He's going to stop. He'll wait. He fires a shot. No! And a knee-on-knee hit.
Johnson, looks like the Hogs are going to be going on another penalty run here as Johnson is on the receiving end of a very, very poorly timed, you see 11 in red pointing to his shoulder. Regardless, another manpower advantage opportunity coming up for the Jayhawks. Not entirely sure how many minutes it's going to be. Pretty big, pretty dangerous hit. And it looks like there's going to be a timeout for the Razorbacks. I'll tell you, Gabe, very exciting game so far. Very fun game. I'm glad to be back behind the mic, especially for this kind of game. Even if this is one of the final games of the season, definitely a great showing by the Jayhawks.
Home games of the season.
You see the officials discussing probably their game strategy as we get into the latter minutes of the game. 5:46 remaining on the game clock in regulation. Votopka with 13 seconds remaining on his penalty. He certainly will be sent out, at least in my eyes, onto the ice for the manpower advantage, and ideally sent in as kind of like a late flyer point option for a quick pass look to make this game closer. As it's 8-6, Razorbacks late in the period, but the Jayhawks are inching and creeping and finding the space and getting under the pig skin that Arkansas brought with them to Independence this weekend. And again, it's just about playing simple, Gabe. They're making the passes. They're making the right shot selection. They're setting up the plays and finding the routes at the back post and in front of the net that they need to open up space and get pucks on net. They've just got to capitalize on the opportunities when they arise.
So the Jayhawks still down by 2 on the scoreboard, but at about 13 seconds they'll be back on the man advantage. Now Chevelis won the faceoff, back over to Pearson, who finds Duso. Duso getting pressured there by Ellis. He's able to move around one man. He's able to split through another. A backhand shot, and it looked like it may be a pass instead. Either way, the Jayhawks back at full strength.
Tepka out of the box, Gabe.
Chevelis try to get that shot off. And it looks like the Razorbacks will dump it back down. Ben Smith comes out to play it. As he'll play it off the boards up to Aidan Pearson. Pearson over to Duso. Caleb Duso back to Pearson. And Pearson's going to move up. Nearly collides with PK. And a saucer pass over to Vitopka. Vitopka spins around one man. Gets it back over to Duso, and it just trickles out of the zone. The Jayhawks have to regroup. Is this going to be over to Vitopka? Vitopka try to backhand it the other way. No look pass, ill-advised, but he's poking it away from Cruz. And Chevelis will move in. Chevelis drops it back over to Pearson. Pearson, a saucer pass, throws it to the corner. And the Razorbacks will send it the other way. Smith comes out to play it again. He's able to fake out Cruz as it's left for Blake Harmer now. So Harmer banks it off the boards, throwing it to the other corner. Racing after it is Hansen. Hansen loses his footing, but Cole Walsh couldn't keep the puck in. Now Smith all the way out to play it, as it's then left for Max Brown. You have to think that Ben Smith will head to the bench soon, as it's going to be Brown as he backhands it into the zone. The senior defenseman from St. Louis.
Not a lot of time remaining on the power play here, Gabe, but Jayhawks holding great zone pressure.
As it's going to be dumped out again. The Hogs back at full strength. And then Cole Walsh shakes off a hit. He ends up knocking down Estrada. As it's a saucer pass over to Matthew. Matthew dropped it back over to Hansen. The Jayhawks have to get back onside. Now moving in is going to be McAtee. McAtee, he's pressured off the puck there by Walsh. A wraparound shot, doesn't get on net, as Estrada backhands it over to Sugar Sawara. A shot from the point right to the glove of Smith. And covered for a whistle. 3:11 left to go. The Jayhawks still down by 2.
Razorbacks tired. Jayhawks equally as tired. A lot on the line here. With time winding down, Gabe. Jayhawks just need to keep fighting. They're in this game.
As it's sent back, Jayhawks dump it down. McAtee will play it back behind his own net. And you hear Andy McConnell yelling, hey, go on him. And you see Will Vitopka just right on his tail.
Look at
and
him.
they forced him to make an uncomfortable pass, but it ends up connecting over to Estrada. And then a great pressure there by Vitopka. And a penalty on Kansas. So a slash.
Again, a really tight game by the officials here, Gabe. 2:36 remaining in the game. This is going to be a long 2-minute penalty kill for the Jayhawks. They're going to have to find something and keep that puck out of their zone and translate some sort of offense. Again, penalties have been costly for the Jayhawks this entire game. It's not a position you want to be in, down in the score and constantly going down a man. But once again, here we are.
Hansen almost had it, just couldn't keep quite full control of it. Now it's going to be Odeline passing over to Hewerman. Hewerman shoots one, and a glove save there by Smith. Now Odeline pressured off the puck there by Hansen as it's a battle in the corner. Odeline comes up with it again. A nice poke check there by Hansen, forces the puck back the other way, and the Razorbacks.
Another penalty coming the Jayhawks' way here, Gabe. Going to be a 5-on-3 opportunity with 1:52 in the regulation time. And that might just do it for the Hawks' chances of coming back. Going to be down a man the rest of the game, period, rather. Tough spot to be in. And a great effort all around still, but plenty of time. Anything can happen. Just a really tough spot to be in if you're the Jayhawks right now.
Now McAtee. He'll pass it across over to Ellis. McAtee has it again. Over to Estrada. Puck still loose up front, and the Jayhawks able to get that away from the net, but can't get it out of the zone as McAtee will just walk it from the point to the back door. McAtee again. Tries to find Estrada, and he'll have to recollect himself before getting that pass complete. Estrada winds up, passing it to the back door. They miss the net. 1:20 left to go. Figured the Jayhawks would show a little bit more urgency. And there's Estrada scoring, making it 9-6.
Again, just a really tough spot to be in for the Jayhawks. Down 2 men after a very hard-fought third period and overall game to get them to the point that they are. Stay within 3 and keep the energy alive. Still a monumental day for the Hawks, especially Dane Johnson picking up his career highlight goal. 101 on the career. Minute and change in this game as the home season for the Jayhawks winds down.
It's going to be one back over to Cole Walsh. Walsh dumps it into the zone. On it is Cruz. As the Razorbacks are off sides, as the Jayhawks will close the game out on the penalty kill. .101 left to go. The Jayhawks down by 3. Still some time left, but they have to show a little bit more urgency than this.
Going to be down a man for the remainder of the period as there is 1 minute remaining on the penalty kill to the Jayhawks here, Gabe.
And you see Vitopka trying to go for the poke check there, and losing his footing was Odeline. Odeline over to Hershey. Hershey rips one, blocked by Pearson, and Vitopka with it. He'll dump it down, but Chevelis is going to race after it.
Chevelis putting the Jets on, really. Just trying to keep the Jayhawks in any sort of fighting position. Big hit by Chevelis over on the bench.
And a penalty called. So I think that's going to go on Cruz for a roughing.
Looks like it's going to be a 4-on-4 for the next 12.6 seconds here, Gabe.
4-on-3.
Ah, there's the other penalty.
Yep, Chevelis got one as well.
It really is a shame. The Jayhawks had a really great comeback opportunity. Dane Johnson, Chevelis, just the overall energy from the whole squad, pulling through and making this a very interesting game to end the home season for the Jayhawks. Once again, I'll remind you, lovely listeners at home, that the Jayhawks won't be back on the ice for a while as we've got Thanksgiving and winter break coming up for us students at the University of Kansas. But our next game will be the weekend of February 4th in Fayetteville as we face the Arkansas Razorbacks at their home turf. And a hard-fought effort overall, Gabe. Dane Johnson picking up career goal number 101, the highlight of today. And despite the loss, a valiant effort all around. Great showing from the team, Gabe. Final thoughts before we end it?
You know, just that first period. I mean, like the Jayhawks, they don't lose a lot of periods, but the ones they do, they lose them big. And you saw that that first period. The second one, they came back, they really battled. And then the third one, clearly they won that third period. That's no question at all.
You just got to play a full 60 minutes. I know it sounds like simple, and I know I sound like every youth hockey coach ever, but it really is about playing a full, complete game. If you don't want to be down and out in the third period, you got to come ready to play at the start of the first and transition that and keep that play going and press the whole game.
And that'll do it for this week, and we will talk to you guys in a couple of months. Until then, enjoy the holidays. We will see you guys soon.